Each year, as I just do, I read through the Bible in a year and I try and take a different translation. And this year, a New Living Translation. Here it is, my study Bible. And just as you go through, you suddenly find a different expression. I was in 1 Timothy 4 a few days ago, and I read this. If you explain these things to the brothers and sisters, Timothy, you'll be a worthy servant of Christ Jesus, one who is nourished by the message of faith and the good teaching you have followed. And nourished by the message of faith, that little phrase just caught hold of me. Nourished by the message of faith. And we like to be nourished. We like a good meal. We like food. We like to feel that we've just really enjoyed eating, and I just feel nourished. But in our spirit, in our inner man, in our walk with God, we can just feel sometimes deprived. Sometimes we go away, maybe stay with the family, and kind of our sort of daily kind of devotional life, you might call it, reading the word, etc., kind of goes out the window, and we look at each other and say, can't remember when the last time I read the Bible. I mean, we've been so busy. We've been with the grandkids and we've been doing all sorts of stuff. No criticism. It's lovely to be there. And God is not trying to put us through a routine. But you come back, you think, hey, I just need to feed my spirit. I just need something to kind of get me feeling strong. And so you read the word and things change. But we've just, during this time of lockdown, there's been so many good things on YouTube, on Facebook, and we have just found these things. We've enjoyed listening to Ian Andrews teaching about healing, and that has been a real encouragement. Heard amazing testimonies. We have a good friend in Wales called Malvern Holland Mal. He's been teaching consistently week on week, and we don't hear all of them, but every now and again, I just turn to Joyce. Hey, I think we just need to listen to Mal. He'll encourage us, and then there's worship, and we can sing sometimes. It may not be the greatest singing in the world, but it just feeds your spirit. And I just want to encourage you today through the message I've written and through what I'm saying today, is just to make sure you're not undernourished, you're not feeling kind of dried up inside. We all know that feeling, and just find the ways in which you know that you can be encouraged. I mean, worship albums, stuff you put on the radio, listening to UCB. Different people do different things. Just even singing yourself. It is a good thing to do, because singing a song of worship, letting praise rise up, and we so often find as we our song in the morning, it's maybe a golden oldie, but we start singing it, you start looking up the words, you start reading them out, you start singing the song through, and we just find it's a help and a blessing. And also there have been some amazing testimonies on Facebook, like this friend of ours, who every time somebody came to the door to deliver during lockdown, she said, would you let me pray for you? Could I pray for you? And she said she's been utterly amazed at the number of people who said, oh yeah, thank you, I'd like you to pray for me. And she's done it right on the doorstep. But there was one man, every time he came, and she said, can I pray for you? I'm not into that stuff. But some weeks later, he turned up on the door and delivered something, and she was just about to say, look, you don't want any prayer, and he said, would you pray for me? And he had a crisis, and she prayed for him, and she then asked him about he had any healing needs, and he said yes, he'd injured his ribs, and she prayed for him, and God just healed him right there on the doorstep. I just love reading that story. It's full of encouragement. And you'll find it, if you keep your eyes open, you'll find things that really strengthen you. And I read all kinds of stuff. And But I love reading books that really encourage my faith. And some friends of ours were just clearing out their mother's house, and this book turned up, Mighty Through God, The Life of Edith Moles. And they read it and loaned it to us and said, hey, do you know anything about this? Do you know anything about this person? Well, we knew Len Moles, who was the brother-in-law of this lady. But here's a book written by Norman Grubb. It's a short book. Oh, she was just an amazing lady. And she ministered to lepers. And just the way that she saw God do mighty things. You read the thing through, you think, oh, fantastic. That's really thrilling. And there's a book that I'm just about to read. It's called As Many as the Stars. And a friend of ours just a week ago loaned it to us, and Joyce kind of devours books very, very rapidly, and she read it through. She said, oh, this is amazing. Kept reading me bits out, and now she's recommending it to everybody. You can buy it on Amazon or Book Depository. In fact, we were so excited about it that we sent a copy to our granddaughter in Australia, and because Book Depository will send anywhere in the world for no extra cost. So there's a book on its way to Alice, and I know she's going to love it. And we got another one for another of our granddaughters, and we've sent it off to her as well, because we just want things in our lives that are going to encourage faith. And just as you have conversations with folk, you go and visit people. And we just went down to some friends of ours a couple of days ago, had a cup of tea with them, and just as you just share the good things that God is doing in your lives, as you hear the good things he's doing in their lives, you are nourished in your spirit. And I just don't want any of you to feel as if you're dried up. If you're feeling dried up, you just know. Find out the way that you know that you are encouraged and do it. Worship the Lord. Listen to some good testimonies. Read a good book. Just get into the Word and read the Word. And just allow that Word to strengthen you. The entrance of your Word brings life. You'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The Word is just full of liberating stuff. So, nourish. Be nourished today, and have a great day.